Hello, and welcome to Women Atheists Unload, a show for everyone in here. Now, recently we have seen some examples of the idiocy of some of the comments from certain people. So, what do we mean when we say surrounded by idiots? Well, we will find out. Let's start.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Hello, and with me are today my co-hosts Stephanie and Maya. Thank
Hey,
you for
everyone.
joining me
Hey,
today.
everybody.
So, in recent posts that we have seen in media and everywhere, it seems that we kind of are a little bit surrounded by the comments that some people say regarding different topics, and sometimes those comments doesn't show their smart to say to say the least. Uh, like example, we have seen stuff like this, that is people supporting stuff that they're not helping them. Mhm. And one of the examples that I want to start with, Stephanie, what do you think about this one?
Well, I think that Tucker has progressed quite a long way. He no longer wears bow ties, so that's pretty good. But whenever anybody starts talking about something that's maybe a little bit beyond third grade comprehension level, looks like he's constipated. Other than that, I think he's, you know,
Yeah.
maybe if he promises to put more chemicals in the milk to turn kids trans, they'll lay off. Yeah, no, Tucker, it doesn't really work that way.
And I love the caption.
What is he
Well, see, there you go.
referencing?
I've no idea. Maybe the Department of Agriculture's powdered milk program that he remembers from his misspent youth. But other than that, I can't imagine what he's talking about.
Now we have another prime example of the power of communication in here. Like we have Lauren Boebert that it says that if you have pronouns, anything that you have to say is invalid. And there is even a quote for somebody else that is also a Republican that it says there is no pronouns in the Constitution. You know, I want you both and like me because I'm not American, but it's not the Constitution. It starts with we.
We the people, yeah. But also, I love in here when you use pronouns to introduce yourself. I'm assuming everything you have to say after it is idiotic as your intentions. Yeah, it's just like I was saying earlier. Like, what do they think pronouns are?
You're telling on yourself, honey. I mean, come on.
I'm a pronoun user. God damn it. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, and like I
So
was
within the
saying
first
before,
minute, so sorry.
yeah, like I was saying before, make English finish again. They don't have personal pronouns, so we could change the language entirely, and you know.
Yeah, just everybody will be you. And they can find another reason to hate others. Sure.
Yeah, because yeah. But she also gave us another example of something like overcoming nervousness, confidence building strategies. You know,
Oh
when
yeah.
she She said that the left is grooming our kids with
Well,
flashcards.
yeah, there is that. There's, oh gosh, a lot of folks think this kind of thing is new, but it's not. It really isn't new. The pronouns thing is new, but the grooming kids is old as well, at least 1983. Because I've got a little something from 1983 if I can find it.
1983.
Yeah, yeah. If I can find the darn thing. But let's just keep on keeping on here for a sec.
Yeah, and never mind that you can
Ah,
complain
here we go.
about flashcards, but
Yeah.
if your date gropes you in public, that's completely fine.
Here, I got there right there. You got
Oh,
your
sorry. Let me try to. Okay, let's see. Mm, There you go.
Ah.
there you go. Jerry Falwell. This is the names of it.
Oh.
Falwell plans campaign to du- uh, double the moral majority. And of course, this is the moral majority report from July 1983. AIDS, homosexual diseases threaten American families. They're
Oh my
grooming
God.
kids. And they're all
They're
wearing
putting
masks.
masks on their
Notice how they,
babies. How can they
yeah,
breathe?
uh, yeah. Well, they've adopted a more progressive stance as far as when it comes to masks. They had a more progressive stance, but once they figured out you couldn't get AIDS by breathing,
Yeah,
I,
and that was a big
uh,
discovery. I mean,
so I guess the point is, yes, there's idiocracy, but we've cultivated it for years. We've let these guys get away with this shit for years.
yeah, that's true.
Maybe
Mm,
maybe start pushing back someday.
I don't know that we've let them get away with it. I mean, so like they keep voting themselves into government, and it's annoying.
Yeah, and well, one of the things that it reminds me is when they start saying, "Oh, it's a disease." Yeah, so a lot of people over there on my side of on my part of the world, they start to place this meme. The top and the top it says homosexuality is a disease, and the bottom part says, "Hey, I cannot go to work. I got the gay.
Yeah, calling. Yeah, got to call in gay.
I gotta call him gay."
I'm feeling a little bit homosexual today. I can't make it to work.
I can't make it.
That's funny.
But anyway, she says that she has apologized and refuses to live life in shame just because she was groping her date, and her date was groping her in the middle of a children's play.
I mean, just because you don't feel shame doesn't mean that we can't still shame her, and that's probably why she can't run, get reelected in her own district.
Yeah. And it was so funny that I read somewhere that she tried to make like she went somewhere to try to make a speech or something, and people started to chant Beetlejuice, 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 because that's the name of the play where she was.
Oh, is that the play that she was at? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Well, there is more examples because we're selecting visual aids. Um, this is the first one is the Obama is the Antichrist. So yeah, there. That's an
That's
example how
Christ.
they know how to
it's
how to spell everything. Yeah.
I love it.
The
Oh
second
my,
one, that outfit. Oh, oof, I'm envious now.
Me a waitress at KKK Fridays. God, she just like can't not be a Karen.
Yeah, yeah, it's not like she cannot help it. Um, and the final one, in an effort to enter the Bar Association, still own Hall of Fame, Linwood files Georgia election fraud complaint under plenty of perjury. Isn't that?
Oh my God. Why would he do that?
Well, he ain't lying.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, this entire thing's a bald faced lie. But
Ta-da!
Wow.
yeah, wow.
Yay!
All right. I mean,
Good one.
we'll
Good
just
one.
bar some more people. That's fine. Did you hear about Trump's lawyer? I forget which one.
Okay.
But the he got not disbarred, but he got suspended for 6 months and a day. And the importance of that extra day was because now he has to, if you're suspended for longer than 6 months, you have to reapply to get your license back. So
Oh,
it's like tantamount to being disbarred because they're expecting him to be denied when he reapplies.
Which one?
yeah.
You don't know which one?
Yeah, all of his
It
lawyers
was
are like really bad at it. I don't know.
yeah. It was I want to say one of the ones that represented him in Arizona, because they also fraudulently asserted that they had evidence that they knew they didn't have, which is a huge no-no.
You're not supposed to do that. No.
Yeah, so the guy that is that's getting that penalty, he actually just didn't show for the hearing, for the disciplinary hearing, and that's why he got he got disciplined uh, more harshly than the other guy who showed. And I
Oh,
can't remember what he got. Um, but I thought that was really interesting that Trump's lawyers just can't help not being
yeah.
stupid.
It seems that that's how he picks them, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I think Giuliani has the bar in 2 states, and that
Mm.
both are looking to go down. And I mean, I don't know. Nobody liked Giuliani except like during 9/11, and then like they didn't like him before
Oh,
9/11, and then it got worse.
even then,
Yeah.
even during
Yeah.
9/11. I mean, he basically 9/11 happened, and he wanted to cancel the mayoral elections in New York. He said,
Hmm.
Rudy, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no,
No, no,
you're
no, no,
gone.
no. That's not
Like,
how it
nice
works.
try though.
No,
Yes.
No, I remember oh, and somebody on Discord, don't even ask me who, but they were saying that they were trying to explain to their kid about, how Giuliani had gone downhill since 9/11. And the response from the kid was, wait, Giuliani
Wait.
started 9/11? And he was like, no, but I see how you got there.
well, I mean, uh, uh, Giuliani was quite famous for being a racist asshole as he was mayor of New York. Uh,
Yeah.
the cops were running around talking about, they go busting heads and say it's Giuliani time. That was the phrase that they used with Abner Louima when they.
Wow.
It's just Rudy's
Yeah,
not a good guy.
no.
It just
Yeah,
isn't a
never
good
has been.
guy.
Yeah.
But he was, America's mayor because he was a racist jerk who encouraged the police to be violent towards minorities. Like
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it seems that,
plays
that's
well in Staten Island.
this is a it seems like that's a requirement for most of the um, followers of these people. Like, you have to be like the most hateful guy that they can find. You have to hate the same people we hate, and then we will follow you to whatever you do.
Yeah, I mean, Giuliani and Trump are natural allies. Trump got his ass busted. The biggest fine ever issued by uh, the Department of Housing and Urban Development for discrimination,
Mm-hmm.
housing discrimination, with his whole organization. Back
Yeah.
when Daddy Trump, who used to march in KKK rallies, was in
Mm-hmm.
charge. I mean, again, is this new? No, but
No.
how do we let ourselves get here?
Well,
How do
I
we,
mean, in
you
times of
know?
economic strife, people will gravitate towards these types of strongmen. Fascist.
Yeah,
It's called spade a spade.
yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But congrats on Mexico getting the first Jewish and woman president, La
Oh,
That is
Presidente.
pretty good.
yeah. Well, I don't know how much that will help, but because she is like really part of the establishment, but
Yeah,
uh, yeah,
yeah.
there is a
But
little
I
bit of
mean,
advance, I guess.
I mean, it's a step forward. I mean, another cell phone for the Americans who, can't vote a woman into the presidency because she
Mm.
has questionable emails. You know?
Oh
And
yeah,
certainly not because she doesn't have a penis.
Mhm.
exactly. You know, some of my friends used to say, because they were like with the thing of the wall and the emails and whatever.
Mhm.
He told me one time, somebody should make a wall out of her emails because seems nobody can get over that.
Fair.
So yeah, and well, we have here the all the
Oh,
Trump
wow.
lawyers now facing legal consequences. Okay, we have um, Kenneth
Chesborough,
Chesbro,
Cheeseboro.
uh, Chisro,
Mhm.
the attorney
Chesborough.
says the fake electors took a plea deal right before his case went to trial. James Trupi,
Dru- Drupus?
Trupis, Trupis,
Sure, we'll go with that.
yeah. And another attorney who helped organize the false elector scheme. Oh, nice. Set a civil lawsuit in Wisconsin. Jenna Ellis, I think this is the one that you were talking about, that she got suspended.
Has been charged in Arizona after previously being indicted in Georgia and taking a plea deal in that case, and has been suspended from practicing law for 3 years as a result of her Georgia guilty plea. Colorado Supreme Court previously publicly censured Ellis for violating rules that attorneys must not knowingly engage in any criminal conduct that involves dishonesty, fraud, da 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 da. She's not the one; it was a guy, but yeah, they're probably all going to have similar charges because he was
Mhm.
asking them all to do the same things.
We have Rudy Giuliani. We
Yeah,
already talked about that one. John Eastman. 11 charge uh, from
filed against him by
the.
counsel for the California State Bar, stemming from his efforts to challenge the election results for
Uh,
Trump. Yeah.
Disbarred and sanctioned with $10,000. Okay. Christina Bob.
Reportedly charged in Arizona, serves an attorney. Uh, Trump's legal team in November 2020, according to the Washington Post, and indicted cites text message that ties the lawyer to the fake elector scheme in which GOP officials submitted false slates of electors to Congress. Yeah.
Jeffrey
Oh,
Clark.
man. Jeffrey Clark. Sidney Powell.
Disney Powell.
She is such a train wreck.
Yeah.
the
Defamation
Kraken.
lawsuits. Michael Cohen. Okay.
Yeah, he actually, well, I know he was sentenced to 3 years. I'm not sure how many he actually did, but yeah, for the Playboy thing. Nobody talks about him. Nobody had any problems with him being found guilty and sentenced for the same thing that Trump just was. Trump, oh my God, what a travesty. Justice. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Alina
Alina
Habba is
Haba.
another train wreck, and she constantly makes the news for uh, wait, what's the one she's known for? Ordered to pay her counsel 50, no. She's been in the news a lot. Like they've been, I mean, she lies like she breathes. Like if she's breathing, she's lying. It's insane.
She
Filing
knows how to live it
lawsuit
up, though. She
against
went down.
Hillary.
She had a great birthday party in St. Bart's, which was like, the fuck.
She and Trump were sanctioned in January for nearly $1 million payable to
Well, the
Clinton.
Clinton. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, Cleta Mitchell.
I haven't heard of this one. Participated in Trump's phone call in which he urged, the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, to find enough votes to overturn the election results. So, yeah.
Find me those votes.
Actually, I mean, Georgia Republicans they were not happy with that. Like, you have no idea. And they've been just running circles trying to prove that the elections, because what it will do is disengage Republican voters from voting in the future, which diminishes their power. So they're trying like hell to keep this
I see.
to present that their election was not fraudulent, even though they turned blue for the president and both senators, but not the governor, because the governor would have been a Black woman, and God forbid.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, 7 forfend.
Other Georgia attorneys like Ray Smith, Robert Chile, and what else? Push the false claims of election, pending complaints. Trump lawyers Mitchell and Boris Epstein. Okay. Well, yeah, all of
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you would work for Trump at this point if you're a lawyer. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think that the cloud or whatever they're getting from it is worth it. Some of them are facing this bar, some of them are facing like hefty penalties. So I don't know if it is worth it.
Yeah, and if you look into their history, I don't think any of the people that represented him, I don't think any are defense attorneys. Like none of them. Like he's had employment law attorneys, divorce attorneys.
I think one of them was a real estate attorney,
he has
right?
experience with those.
Giuliani's probably the closest thing he's had to being qualified, but even still, he can't find a lawyer in the United States, and we are oversaturated with lawyers. Like we have more lawyers than we have jobs for lawyers, and he still can't find a lawyer in the whole United States, a credible lawyer in the United States to represent him. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay. We have more examples.
Candio. Oh no.
A foot in the mouth technique. Like Candace Owens, she has made a career about being like that.
Grifting, yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, Kanye, he's better when he's on his meds. That's all I can say.
And recently, his followers of the Orange Man have been posting the one in blue. Jesus was convicted in a sham trial and crucified. I still follow him. So, are they saying that Trump is basically Jesus?
Yeah. Or the Messiah, or I don't remember Revelations, but he's supposed to be ushering in something into the world. They're really focused on the end times.
And also, the older I get, the more absurd the concept of dinosaurs roam the earth until it a great big meteor hit becomes to me.
Oh, she's stupid. So
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
understand
but
why that hate for science.
science is a methodological fact-finding process that requires you to think critically, and we
Hmm.
can't have that.
Oh, I see.
it's the let's see how come not because they generally pull shit out of their ass, which is no method. That is a method, I suppose.
Hmm.
But I think it's the critical thinking part that they just are utterly missing.
Well, yeah, when you're trying to usher in an authoritarian regime, critical thinkers get in the way of that.
Or prepare the way for the heavenly hosts to land on the earth and wipe out evil forever and ever. Another toughie.
Yeah, evil is all non cishet white men. Christian, sorry,
That
throw that
is
in there somewhere.
absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, I think that is also part of it. And the fact that they want to make everything worse. So the Armageddon finally comes in, or somebody comes in to save us.
Well, they think it's
Mm.
better, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's better for rich Christian cishet white men, and no one else. Um, they think that women going into the workplace and allowing people of color to have equal rights has degraded the country and put us into this heathen hellscape.
Hmm.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Um, Regarding Bober, that she keeps saying that it was a private thing. Yeah, it was a private thing in front of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not surprised she doesn't understand private. I mean, they say stupid stuff all the time, though. Well, yeah, when you do private things in public, it's no longer private. Just like you can't violate your own HIPAA rights. Like it's just stupid.
Yeah, kinda. They're very silly people.
Mm,
Unfortunately, they have a tremendous amount of power to influence silly people to give
Yeah,
them more power, which isn't good.
yeah,
I mean,
and
getting wiped off the face of the earth by caprice is really a shitty way to go, if you know what I mean.
right.
yeah. Um, let's see what else we have. Okay. This is awesome. The influencers they have. Yep.
Alpha male. Yeah, I mean, you're so when you're so alpha male that you have to remind people.
That you're alpha male, and then have the fucking gall to say that I don't need to announce that I'm an alpha male, but just look at my Twitter handle. Uh,
Yeah.
When he has brackets, when
Everybody
he has it in
gets
brackets like that, does that qualify as a pronoun? Pronoun, and we can ban it.
I don't know, maybe.
his pronoun is alpha.
My pronoun is alpha male.
Eat
I
wings, drink beer at Hooters with the boys. What the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
beta
But
males spend time with their wives, get laid afterwards. Lame.
yeah. And
Oh, is that Nick himself? That must be a picture of Nick himself,
yes,
and that
yes,
sure
that's
that
the
does
alpha.
say that says is
Mhm.
Alpha a dog's name or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Recently he grew a beard, so I guess that makes him like is equivalent
Ah,
of going to the gym, because now he says that
it
he's
just proves he has sufficient testosterone to do so.
yeah, yeah. But uh yeah, I don't see that face and think alpha immediately.
If you talk to him, yeah, it's the same thing. Just a little
Yeah.
boy, scared and terrified that, the brown people are taking his country from him and, he has to act all
Yeah.
tough and mean.
Exactly. Yep.
I swear to God, these people have not left junior high school.
Mm-mm.
Oh, of course not. Don't you remember that video of Marjorie Taylor Greene screaming at Alexandra Ocasio Cortez door?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there's so many. Oh my God, people made so many joke videos about that though, like pretending to be her and like screaming. Just I don't know, funny stuff about her being a conspiracy theorist through AOC's door. But what I really hate is like this one of her with David Hogg, and I didn't know about this until I saw an interview with him, and they were asking him about it. It's like, did you feel scared? And he was like, yeah, there's like a lunatic stating that she has guns
Yeah.
following me for blocks. It's like, um, and like it wasn't like it's like this quote unquote alpha male move. Like I don't need to pay attention to her. Like he was like legit scared that like if he stopped or engaged with her like in any way that she would do something to say that she was threatened and feel justified. And not that
Mm-hmm.
that's legal in DC, but still,
Yeah, and
she's a rich white woman, and they get
and
away.
I bet it's scary because I don't know if she has said multiple times that she concealed carries.
Hmm. Well, she was
So
saying that too that day when she was following him. She was in. I don't know if she was. I mean, again, illegal, unless you have a permit in DC. And uh, I know the gun rights in Maryland. I'm not really sure about DC, but Maryland's really like you have to have a concealed carry permit, and like that even restricts you to where you can be with your weapon and where on your person it can be. Um, DC doesn't certainly doesn't have open carry, and I'd be really shocked if she at that time. She wasn't a congresswoman at this time.
No,
I'd
she
be really
hasn't been
shocked if
there.
she had a concealed carry DC permit. But I don't. He probably didn't know the laws, the gun laws in DC too, and she said some things that were insinuating that she might have a gun on her person. So I could see how especially coming fresh off of a gunman shooting up your high school while you're in it and having a couple of
mhm.
your friends pass, how that would have been just a traumatizing experience. Like, and I
Yeah,
mean,
I
highly
mean,
uncomfortable for the guy. Like, he would have been like 18 or 19 at the time. It's insane.
right.
Yeah, and if I found funny that later on there was two people who screamed at her, and they didn't do anything like pushing her or anything. Just they scream at her in a restaurant,
Hmm.
and she immediately said, "Oh, I was attacked."
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Ted Cruz has done the same thing.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. To Donald Trump's credit, every time he stopped going to New York because like they would not stop booing him while he was in town. Like, he just stopped
I
going.
love
He didn't do the whole "woe is me" thing. It's just like you're all losers.
I love the shot of him leaving Trump Tower, heading back to Pervalago there. He's walking out the front door and he's waving, and his publicist is taking a shot from behind, and then for
Mhm.
some reason they cut over to the side and he's waving, and there's no one on the street. He's just he's
Like,
just
oh,
doing the
you
wave,
love me
and the
so much.
street is utterly empty. It's just he's just pretending.
He's
It's
such a
all
showman.
It's just terrible. It's just
Oh
It's like,
God.
everybody loves me so much. Look at
my
those
adoring
people.
crowds. There's no one
Right.
here. It makes you wonder if he actually sees a crowd when there's nobody there.
At least he has to pretend to see a crowd because,
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I mean, he's a salesman. Like all he's ever known is, show people, tell people what they want to hear so they will buy the thing. And it's what he's been doing his entire life. And he's doing it in politics. And I mean, sadly, it's working for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it has everybody convinced that he's like this strong man that doesn't get hurt by anything, even though he gets hurt for everything is being said everywhere. But yeah, that's his like persona. And also, I think the reality show where he was, the Apprentice, also contribute to that image, where he was like, "Oh, you're fired."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it's going back to Republicans putting their constituents in this position where they feel like they need a savior. And when, I mean, just we've seen this all over the world, all throughout history, when people are in that position, like they want a strong man, they want somebody to just come in, and just like smite with the hand of God to get them out of the situation and back to prosperity. And this is what he's promising to do. And it's what they want so desperately to believe it. Plus the bigotry, that aside.
Yeah, well,
when there was a time when he couldn't have gotten elected and in American history. And, but this is where we are. Thanks, Reagan.
Yeah, thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Lee Atwater. Thanks, all you guys. This is how we're going to get elected from here on out. We're not going to say what we actually believe, but we're going to dog whistle our way into the halls of Congress and lie our way onto the Supreme Court. And we're just going to give people the bullshit and then say, oh, how dare you accuse us of passing along bullshit, and make you feel like you're an idiot. And we're going to take all of the valuable slogans like woke and turn them into slurs.
Yeah, basically.
They're assholes. They're assholes. They're Nazis.
Yeah, I heard your conversation, I think it was last Saturday, Steph, and they were talking about how did Elon actually ban cis on Twitter?
Yes.
Oh,
you cannot say cisgender. You cannot say cisgender on X.
It sounds like a challenge, like the ecstasy challenge. Try to be high and say
because
I mean, because it's such a stupid name. Anyways, I hear you though.
It's ridiculous, but it's they deal in semiotics, not reality. They deal in all the signs.
And to me, it's funny that Republicans have been trying so hard to ban TikTok, and now Donald Trump is on TikTok.
Not just TikTok. I did not hear about this. Holy crap!
Yeah, he's going there.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really follow Truth Social News, but
thanks, Jerry Falwell. Yes, thank you so much for that.
Oh my
thanks,
God,
Jerry Falwell.
Yeah, so they went to ban TikTok, and I think it was banned, right? Or I'm not quite sure about that.
They're giving. Yeah, no, it's been officially banned. And they're supposed to give him a period of time to sell, and he just smiled and gave the middle finger. It's like, I'm not selling. Like, why would I? So I don't know. I guess the representatives that voted for that can deal with the backlash from their constituents that get a lot of money and are, supplementing their income through TikTok. Yes. I think it's stupid, but they get paid a lot of money from oh gosh, I forget the name, but yeah, I mean, like supporters of the state, the country of Israel, to you know act
Hmm.
accordingly, and which is why we give them so much money, and why their presidents have like I don't know immunity for most of the atrocities they commit, and I'm trying to look more and more into it. I've just been seeing that it's been happening since it started. I'm not really sure what the back alley deals are, but it's kind of bad. I mean, kind of. It's yeah. I mean, we're verging on genocide now, so like it's
Very
Yeah.
bad.
pretty bad. Yeah,
And
horrific.
you know what? The thing also with this TikTok thing is that also President Biden is on TikTok. Ah, okay.
Milk it while it's still there. I guess. I mean, it is the
Yeah.
biggest social media platform at the moment.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um.
But
So.
I find funny that the people who wanted to ban it more,
Hmm.
like the Republicans, and were like,
Hmm.
no, that has to go whatever. And now
It'll be
Trump is there.
interesting to see what they do. I mean, because
Yeah.
everybody's like, well, they'll just come up with another app. And I'm like,
No.
maybe.
Hmm. But yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you saw recently about this in a high school
I
in a
I
graduation. Mhm.
I missed this one somehow or another.
Yeah, it was fairly recent. I think it was the past week.
What
Well, since
happened?
then,
Yeah.
June 1st. There is a high school. There's been is being recorded. It's on the
Hmm.
internet, and all everybody just walking this way and just shaking hands with all the teacher, the faculty, the superintendent, and from school their graduation.
Hmm.
But then this guy, this dude in the white cap,
Hmm.
runs over to the stage and pushes away the superintendent because she didn't want him shaking his daughter's hand. But if you can notice, he's the only black person in there.
I did notice that.
Hmm.
I
I
And as
mean,
you can
is
see,
he afraid that his daughter's going to catch the black?
I
I,
guess.
Maybe.
And
is
well,
he
if
going to
I
start like?
remember,
I mean, are black people such animals that we just start humping like white girls' legs whenever we approach one? I don't understand the point of any of this.
yeah,
Doesn't look like the young lady is very happy about it at all.
yeah,
Well, I
she's
mean, they're
face
probably
palming.
roughing up her. They're probably roughing up her dad. It's got to be a little emotional.
Uh,
Yeah, because everybody
I
got
don't know. It's
disrupted. They went after them. They were like, ugh, yep. And yeah, a face palm right there. Like, oh, yeah. And what it caught my attention on this is because this is the same school. I don't know if you guys remember the photo of the high schoolers with that the salute with the hand in front of them. Is that same school?
they were doing a stiff arm salute.
Yeah, they were doing the
Oh well, so it
Are
yeah.
was
you, are you,
Nazis. All right.
I mean, it wouldn't have been anything else.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the same school. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's for final thoughts. But I think I went a little bit further. Yeah. So I think there is also some comments that regarding how we can stop this, or at least try to. Like, I know there is a lot of pushback for anything that is regarding education. Like, they don't want
Mm,
people to know
right.
even that gay people exist. Never mind trans. Why do you think that is that big of a pushback regarding of education on
Because
any?
they want us dumb. Dumb people are easier to control. I mean,
And scared.
well, I mean, yeah, they keep us scared, but it's all methods of control. We see this every time, like every time an authoritarian regime comes in, they start burning books. They start,
Mhm.
um, anything, moving out leftists, like the socialist, extremes of the other parties. They want to keep people dumb. They want to promote their narrative. They don't want opposition to it. I mean, this is all about power, control, money,
And
and
Mhm.
and and the fear is a powerful motivation.
mhm.
The the photos that you're showing here, it's probably been said enough now that, but for anyone who doesn't know, the ones on the top, the one on the top left was outside of the library for the Institute of Sexual Research in Berlin on May 6, 1933, 90 years ago, 91 years ago now. And it was, the targets were the same.
Mhm.
The targets were the same
Mhm.
people, and it was books. It was degenerate art, degenerate literature. And fast forward to 1983, uh, AIDS destroying white American families, basically. And yeah, like Maya was saying, this is what happens when people get uh, people feel insecure for one reason or another. And it's not economic insecurity, really. I mean, it is to a certain degree, but the more powerful motivation is the insecurity about, what do you hear all over and over again? We are losing our country. These are white people who were terribly afraid that when America, not if, but when the United States is a majority minority country, they're going to get it in the teeth. And they're
Yeah.
doing everything they can to stop that from happening.
Yeah, but when people reach a place of, so, and I'm not saying that the motive is economic, but when we see economically, when people are challenged, when you get too many poor people together, they
Yep.
start looking for someone to blame.
Yep.
I mean, that
Yeah.
does happen. So, I mean, and this is what's happening here. And we have to blame, the illegals coming across the border. We have to blame, you know, the black people. We have to blame the women. We have to blame the gays. All the lesser people, all the degenerates. We have to blame, prayer for being taken out of schools. It's and then we have our congressmen feeding into this for votes, which should be illegal.
Yeah, and the on the political side, they're on the political. It's just a raw power play. They're trying to achieve power for to institute uh, dictatorial rule. And if it helps to get to that point by promising to wipe out this group or that group or the other group,
Mhm.
hey, so much the better, as far
Mm.
as they're concerned, because they don't care.
Yeah.
Their devotion is to their base, and their base looks like them, and they figured out how to whip it up. The way to whip it up is to point at their crotches and tell them that the gays are going after that, and oh my goodness, point at their daughters and say the blacks are going after that, and it or point at their houses and say, oh, the Mexicans are coming to take those away from you.
Mhm.
It's hard. But it's been going on for a long time. What we need to do is be aware of it and reject it. People need to reject it and not get distracted by the bullshit that that they're willing to throw out. Oh, let's have a little conversation about name some side subject. They don't want to talk about what they really want
Exactly.
for the most part. They'll bring you aside and say how why Christianity is better than atheism or something like that. And then you'll wind up having a conversation about that bullshit without and because we're nice polite atheists, we just kind of ignore the Nazi crap that they're bringing along with them. And we got to stop doing that.
Yes. Hmm. And I wanted to show this that was also recent. Um, that they have now bills where it says that you can put the 10 Commandments on every classroom.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was it Tennessee that passed the bill where the Bible is one of the state books?
Oh, really? Let me check.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Tennessee.
they wanted it to be the state book, but that was unconstitutional. So it's part of
Right.
a couple, like I'm going to say like 10 books. And so now it's just,
I
you
think
know,
it's
Oh,
this one.
yeah, the Aiken Bible. Yeah.
what's so special about the Aitken Bible?
It was explained to me, something founding fathers, but
Oh God.
Mm, okay, let me Google this because I have no idea about this Bible. I have never heard before.
The Bible was
Um,
revolutionized.
oh,
I
there it
get it.
is. Um,
The- Because it was the first Bible published in America in the
oh,
colonies. What a
okay.
bunch of horse shit. Jesus Christ.
Published by Robert Aitken
Aiken.
was the
Mhm.
first Bible printed in English. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
The official language of Jesus.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Because
17th,
everybody knows the
18th century Merkin.
Well, when God was speaking the world into existence, it was obviously in the King James English. Duh.
yeah. uh, well, oh, you see, now we
Christian
have been
Heritage
wrong.
Month.
Jesus spoke British English.
Twitter. He couldn't have spoken English because he didn't use pronouns. He spoke Finnish.
I
But
would
that is
say
not.
Jesus
yes.
was a
It is not a part of the
Jesus was
Bible
a
where it says,
Finn.
"I am He." and the whole, and he said, "Wherefore art thou Lord? art thou Lord?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Okay.
yeah, but that's
A lot of
only in
pronouns in the
English.
Bible. Just saying.
Yeah.
There are
Yep.
an awful lot of pronouns in the Bible.
So if they
There are
ban pronouns,
thous and
will have
these
to.
and
They will have to ban the
thines.
Bible.
Yeah, you know what? I'm all for it in second thought, because the only thing that, there's not a lot of, we can do a lot of scientific journals and studies and without using pronouns. So I think we should ban everything except that in schools. Everything in schools.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything that has pronouns should be banned. And so the
Yep.
first thing
Yep.
to
We're
go
just
is the
gonna
Bible.
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. And yeah, I think this is the time where we can mention to our patrons and give a thank you to the patrons: Helen Greene, Logan Fisher, Amanda McLeod, Eric Olsons, Rion, Denny Murphy, Dan D, Michael Wiseman, Cindy Plaza, Sonny Shell, Aaron Coalson, and Phil Calderone. Thanks so much, patron. And don't forget to check our other shows on Skeptic Haven. And on Tuesdays, we have Secular Soapbox. And Thursdays, The Sunny Spot. Saturday, The Global Atheist and Women Atheists on Load. And Let's Talk on Sunday. Thank you. Now, do you guys have any final thoughts about the positive notes?
Well, reopening Alcatraz seems like a great way of having a, it's like, what did they put? They put Rudolf Hess in the Spandau prison and he was the only inmate. So
I don't think we
maybe
need
that,
to.
maybe,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
maybe that would be a lovely place to incarcerate Mr. Trump for a bit. But New York and California would have to make arrangements to make that work.
No, I don't think we need to reopen Alcatraz at all. I think we just need to put Trump on the island, leave him there.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
I think so, Puck. I think that's absolutely, you really should.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I guess we can, there's a litany of all of these miserable things and stupid people, but I guess we just need to keep pointing it out and fighting them and not lifting them up. Not giving idiots oxygen, and calling them out when they're stepping across lines. And God knows, voting for people who are smarter than this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Since then, hopefully, the elections will make everybody. Well, we have to make this public so everybody will see. That when they are voting for these people, there is not only the stupid things that they say. It's just the hate that is behind all that stupid.
Yeah, I'm more like that. Where I mean, probably more extreme than that. But and Steph and I have gotten into a few disagreements on this, like tactics. We both have the same end goal in mind, certainly, but I'm all for not necessarily talking to them, but kind of like what Telltale does, like where he lets them talk and he explains, like, this is the mindset behind this. And this is so that the problem that I'm seeing is that people aren't familiar with the dog whistles. And so when they're used on them, they don't hear them at all. And they're like, oh, that sounds great. Like, you sound wonderful. And I'm like, no, we need to get people used to the rhetoric. I think we need to, like on my show, what we do is we show the idiots. I want to normalize laughing at them, normalize like this is a stupid thing to think, and you should not buy into the BS, and so that we're not being duped.
Right.
But yeah,
it's the exposure aspect of things that is far more critical than that needs to be the primary motivation. If you're going to engage with these people, you've got to be devoted to the notion that you are going to somehow make them show their whole ass.
Yeah.
And illustrate the danger of ideas like this becoming normalized and mainstreamed, because they have the potential for damage to real people in real situations is not theoretical. It's happening now.
Exactly. And like you said, when they're made to show their entire ass, like they're made to say the quiet part out loud. And that's what we need to do, like make them actually show their the face behind the mask,
Yeah, and also denounce it. Because people need to know. Like, I think that when you're a good person, you want to give other people the benefit of the doubt, And
Mm.
people need to understand what people are really saying when they're using dog. They need to be familiar with dog whistles and understand what people are doing and be comfortable with calling them out. I think that's the other part, is that, me and Steph are part of a frighteningly small group of people willing to stop the show and tell people, hey, no, that's not cool. And other people won't do it because they're afraid of, it's impolite. I don't want to cause
Oh
tension.
yeah, yeah. Like,
And
oh yeah, I don't want to be rude to that poor.
right,
Um.
Yeah, it's the risk averseness that is crazy. And the point is that at this point we're way beyond the point at which
Mhm.
that these things do need to be called out.
yeah,
There are people losing their liberty. There are people losing their health care, losing their ability to take care of themselves. There are people whose liberties and lives are on the line, and people are counting the number of angels on the heads of pins. And I'm tired of it. I
Yeah,
am tired of it.
yeah. And people thinks that because all of this is just happening in the U.S., it doesn't affect anywhere else.
affects everyone else.
But
It
Yeah.
affects the whole world.
there is damage has been done, and in other parts of the world, because of the rhetoric that is in the U.S.
Hmm.
And for example, there is recently in Peru, they have adopted the previous book of psychology,
Hmm.
because the reason why they did that is because on that book they classified gay as a disease.
Yeah.
So they are like, oh, we
Was
are
that
not
like the
accepting the.
DSM-3? Holy
They
Yes,
went
crap.
all the way back to the DSM-3.
yes, yes. Because they said,
Wow.
oh well, and because if we do that, then we can help those people.
Pray the
So
gay
they're,
They
away?
can torture gay people.
Right.
yeah,
They
they
can
are
go
now
back to they can go
advocating.
back to electroshock therapy and torture gay people into
Hmm.
into either disappearing or playing straight.
Hmm.
That's and feel good about it because it says so in a book.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like they
Science.
feel good about it because it says so in the fucking Bible.
Exactly.
Yeah, and wasn't there, it was a dictator or something, I can't remember if it was like Colombia or Venezuela, and he was talking about the dangers of BLM. Just like just got like
Like, what the
black
hell are you
lives.
talking
That's
about?
kind of weird.
Like, how many black people are in South America burning cities down? Like, what the, but I mean, it was the they're buying into the American rhetoric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean yeah,
Mhm.
even Urban, was it Victor? I'm not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. In Greece,
Or no,
Orban.
Orban's a Hungarian,
Okay,
and
yeah, I know it's the
he
guy
is
in
an absolute Nazi.
yeah, I know him too. But yeah, I know in Greece they were oh, and now I lost it. It was some kind of American rhetoric, but like they're like staunch Trumpist. So it's oh my God. Yeah, everybody is looking at us. Everybody. And the more sane places are looking down on us. So I mean nothing we do just affects us.
Mhm. There has been like you said, when example in Mexico, there has been a little bit of advances, like with there are now we have now a female president, and we also have this that
Oh, I heard
has
about
been.
that. Congrats.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
7-7-4. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys also took the ban off of abortion. You're like really doing circles around us, that's for sure. Very happy for you.
Yeah, they do have some limits, and not is hasn't been in every state in Mexico. But once that is being done in one city, the others are like, yeah, we
Mhm.
don't care to enforce it. So
Yeah, it's kind of like us
hopefully,
in
yeah,
cannabis.
yep,
So yeah.
this is related. No, no, this was done before the elections. Yeah, was done a few months before the election, so it has nothing to do with the new president.
Yep.
But yeah, and I'm. Oh, look, this is Mary. Hey, Mary, how are you?
Hey, Mary.
Well, and I don't know if you have any final words on this.
Support your friends.
Okay, Stephanie. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here in the chat and participating, and for all the support. And please give a like and also share this stream with everybody that can get angry about what we said.
I know. Yeah, if you're mad, yeah, I know. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the down button. Comment about it. Tell us what you thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get involved. Help your friends.
And thank you everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
All right.
Okay.